Right, are we going live? It looks like we're live. So, if you're joining us tonight, we're going to be searching again for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars on a frequency called the hydrogen line, and that is the channel on the radio dial that scientists theorize that if ET is out there, that is the place we are most likely to hear the hello, is anybody else out there signal. Shepsy, you in already? You are number one. We've been waiting. Is Marcus still in? How are we all getting on tonight as it all kicks off? So where are my settings? Ooh, no, let's tackle. No, that's the wrong one. Not getting used to this one. All the new buttons to be pressing for this. Oh. Let's get to this show on the roads. Yes, we're going to be listening for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars there. We're looking on the hydrogen line, the place most likely for us to hear such a signal. Jane's in. Good to see you. How are we doing tonight? So we're a little bit later than normal. Tomorrow we'll probably be a little bit later again as well. Typical. But hopefully we'll start to get back into some rhythm over the next week. Feel very out of sorts with all of the changes, but we will get back there. So good evening as well. Good to see you, up over on Twitter. Twitch. There we go. Get it right there. Kate as well over on Twitch. As well. Shepsy over on YouTube too, along with Jane as well. Is anyone on Twitch? Yes, we've got a couple in on Twitch, just starting us off over there at the minute. So I have changed it. I don't think we can quite do it yet, but I think when we get to the level of monetization, whatever that is for Twitch, I've changed it so it does play the Alan sound effect now. It is you. It is up. It'll always be Twitter though, never call it X. Can never get around that one. But yeah, so we're going to be doing another signal hunt because, surprise, surprise, the weather is still not playing ball. But hey, I'm sure it'll clear in time for the new streaming computer to arrive. And then we'll start off on a very strong foot there. We're going to have high definition streams across all platforms at once there, and some wonderful clear skies to match it. So it'll be interesting to see if the quality of the visuals and things improve there, that extra processing power, because it's always looked a bit questionable to me there. So I think TikTok was compressing that a little bit, so maybe we'll see some more going on there as well. Also, we should be able to figure out that audio so you guys can actually definitely hear the actual signals coming in. That'll be a nice little treat, wouldn't it? Oh, it's what day? It's Sunday. Oh God, blinking you miss it the weekend, isn't it? But hey ho, how has everyone's weekend been so far? Because we wasn't on last night. No, we wasn't. We were figuring out the new computer issues, weren't we? It's been miserable up in Paisley. I'm being down all day. Yeah, same here. I was looking desperately at the weather app, and it did say there's a nice break in the clouds meant to be about now, and it looked like it's going to last for an hour or so. Has it shown up? Not at all. Not at all. There, Kate, looking forward to it. I do feel you there as well. I am very much looking forward to getting all back into routine, everything being the same, and hopefully some more skies to watch there. I have relaxing and done absolutely nothing. That actually does sound quite nice. I think, although I don't think I'd know how to handle that. The idea of that sounds nice. There. And Kate, I actually read a book last night. Well, I hope it was a UFO book. I mean, I've got a stack of those that before we started the stream, I'm like, all right, I've got to brush up. I've got to know all the details here. I want to get all the things I hadn't heard of before. I want to get them up to speed. And I've got about 4 books I'm halfway through, because now doing this, no time to sit down there. Oh, Ayup says, Paisley, my son used to live there. I loved going there. What's Paisley like? I've heard the name, but I have no idea what it's like there. Hey, I mean, reading isn't odd for me. I've just not been doing it because I've been on your streams. No, it was crap. I wasted my time. Kate, well, I'm glad you're, juggling it like we are here. The streams are always taking up all of our time here, but hopefully we're going to be seeing some good evidence, aren't we, by doing that all together. We've been promised that the colder weather will mean clearer night skies, and we're now getting into that territory to start to hopefully see that. but all we're seeing is clouds at the minute. Jane, poor Alan will be starving to death. He's threatening to leave. I keep having to convince him to stay. He's flying a right sulk. It's not long now, Alan. I think it's going to be about a week, I think. They say 7 to 10 days to build the machine and post it to us, and as soon as it arrives, as long as it's at a reasonable time, I'll get it all set up, and it'll be ideal. It could align for the Halloween special there, although I'm not sure if I really want to juggle a new content when we've not been on TikTok for a while there. So if we have a few days run up, if they're quick with this and it only takes them the week, then maybe it can all go to plan for the next part of the month. But fingers crossed. It won't be long, Alan. Sharia! Sorry I missed a lot. What's happened in the last 2 weeks? Sharia, always good to see you. You don't need to apologise though. We know the feeling. Life sometimes gets a bit busy there, so I hope it's been good. The things that you've missed are mainly that we're having an argument with TikTok at the minute. They did a big update, and we haven't been able to stream directly to them there, but we've now ordered some new kit, which will be hopefully being made this week and sent to us, and then it allows to get back a rolling streaming across all 3 platforms at once there, so TikTok, YouTube and Twitch as well. Forgetting this one, but yeah, all of the T's there. Okay, so that's what we're doing. But no, I think it's also been a lot of cloudy nights, so I don't think you've missed that much, other than everybody's awesome conversations and things there. See, Alan looked okay today. He's putting on a brave face, is Alan. He's putting on a brave face. But inside, he's starving, he says. Where are we there? It does take some patience. My little ADHD brain usually shouts at me to do something. Yes, I'm the same. Once I'm into a good book, fair enough. But it does take a few chapters to get into that point, and then you need something to do there. Audiobooks much easier because I've been getting on with something physical at the same time. But there is far too many T's for all these platforms. Hopefully we won't dilute ourselves too much across them all there, but it is interesting to see how different they all are. I've been encouraged a bit by Twitch because you can really play with the notifications and alerts, so I think we can have some fun with that, and Alan as well. Little animations of Alan there and things like that at some point now. Jane, Paisley used to be a lovely town, but getting so run down now, but love Paisley. Abbey and the town hall, plus I live near St Mirren's football stadium. A lot of places. We were talking about this because we moved recently to the middle of the country, hence the stream, and it's looking back on all these places you grew up in. I don't know, is it just like my nostalgia for my youth there, or was it all better back in the day? Sound like such an old man. Raf is in the house. Good to see you, sir. How has the weekend been treating you? And guys, if you are joining us in here, we are doing another SETI stream tonight. We're going to be searching for potential alien radio signals coming in from beyond the stars, hopefully hearing a signal from another alien species there. Now, I did hear a really, really good podcast. I'm going to have to put it in the interesting things section of the Discord. It's a long one. It's about 3 hours. But it was talking with a chap that claims to have used his sort of telepathic abilities there, this consciousness connection there, the psionic abilities to be communicating with ET, but on behalf of the government. This was the interesting part, that he claims to be, he's Air Force, and he was Air Force intelligence, and this is all on record. You can search that. But he claimed that he was also working for this Project Preserve Destiny, which was using these abilities there to communicate with ET, and I hadn't heard of that one before. It was quite interesting there. Kate, winter skies are a beaut when the clouds nap off. That's the thing. I was a bit worried of the length of cloud that we're having now. So hopefully when we do get some clear skies, they are going to make it worth it for us there. And you love all the gifs and things on Twitch. I think they do look pretty cool. I think Twitch was the first one, wasn't it, for all the live streaming? So they've got that down. Sadly, TikTok's got the discovery down, and I'm not sure what YouTube's got down. Maybe the simplicity there. So it's a little bit for everyone across all of those platforms. Hopefully, I can do the job of passing these conversations between you all. So we're all technically one big group still. As well, if I'm not if I am not interested after page 10 of the book, I may as well go to the charity shop. I just know my tolerance is so bad. I have to give it a long time. There's so many that I really want to get through there, but my attention span there. Oh, the town hall is lovely. So close to Glasgow and Edinburgh. So you are closer to the big ones as well there in Paisley. Love that. Have you managed to get the tally of the screen share? I haven't at all. I did go to look at it today. It's something I do want to do. So it's as you'll notice. This middle section here, it'll come up with a red box every now and again. What that's doing is it's looking into all of that background noise to see if there is a signal in amongst all of that. Wouldn't get a clear signal out of it because it'd be too quiet there, but can we still identify a potential signal coming in? And AAP had the great idea that we should actually count these potential signals coming in. Can we qualify them a bit more? I think it's a really good idea. Oh, I sat down to do a bit of work earlier. Nothing happened. Nothing productive happened at all there. But yeah, I think it would be really cool to do it. Haven't heard that one. The US. Oh, that was US as well. But in it, he did mention that there is an international sort of contingent on that Project Preserve Destiny. I think it was a US one, but there was similar, I think, counterparts through other countries there. The temporary gifts for Alan seem to have vanished. Oh, Alan! No, you can't even get those ones now, Alan. Oh, the look I'm getting. The look I'm getting there. The autumn is my favourite time of the year. Honestly, autumn is one of those magical times, isn't it? Just that seasonal difference there. I do absolutely love that. I've been a bit out of sorts this autumn. I've not managed to kind of savour it and get in the zone this year. Too many things going on. But next autumn, we'll get around to that one. Oh great, I haven't missed that much then. Sorry for you guys, but I'm glad I haven't lost the first contact. Yeah, you've not missed out just yet. Maybe that's what we've been waiting for. Now you're back. All of the clear skies will happen and we'll start to get some awesome sightings again then. Jane, I'm originally from Glasgow, but moved to Paisley 10 years ago. And it's changed in that 10-year period as well. Carl's in the house as well. Good to see you there, sir. Blame the American cousins, Alan, for stealing your food. Is that what's going on? It's Jeff Bezos. He owns Twitch, doesn't he? Is this an Amazon one? So yeah, it's Jeff again, Alan. He's cutting you down. He says you're getting a bit taut there. And Kate walking down the street, watching the leaves drift is so magical. Oh, there are certain little parts of each town, I'd imagine, but definitely locally around here that really come alive in the autumn. Like there's a little place for each season. Oh, there we go. We've got some micro signal analysis going on there. That is, it thinks there may be something in amongst all of that background noise going on there. Not sure what, but no. And it's doing a deeper analysis. And if it can get some clear signs, little fragments, little chunks there of a signal, then it'll go green, or it should do if it's working, there, and letting us know that there might be something there. Now, we won't be able to do much more than that. We wouldn't be able to play it or hear it because it's just not going to be clear enough, not going to be loud enough to poke through above all that background noise there. But at least it's some indication that we may be seeing something there, because this is one of the big things that we are contending with here, is that by the time these potential signals reach us here, there may be an absolute ton of these signals, but the energy requirements to get a signal over this distance and to kind of maintain its signal strength for the time it reaches us here is going to be quite a tall order. So the ways that we can help with that is, making our equipment more sensitive. Can we hear quieter and quieter sounds, essentially? But you've got to think of it that if ET is on a planet far away out there, how loud can they shout, and how sensitive is our ear to hear it? The further away they are, the louder they'll have to shout there, the more transmission power, or the more sensitive our ear to detect them. So yeah, we are fighting against that one, but it does not mean that they wouldn't come through at all. It might just be why they are so rare, though, to get them there. One day it's going to go green and we're all going to shit. I say, yes, I am. Would I even notice it? I'm so used to it not going green at all now. But we do need that sense of excitement to keep us on our toes there, I think. I would if the signal would have told us to shut up because we're being too loud. Yeah, keep it down in space there. We're the noisy neighbours on the street corner. Shreya, now it is a while that I don't hear your opinion about Free Eye Atlas. Is it still 40-60? Because to me it's now more 90-10 artificial. Really? Oh, really? I'd love to hear a bit more on that one, because I haven't heard. I've heard the general stuff flying around still, but it has gone a bit quiet, obviously, because it's gone behind the sun. I still do lean to that sort of probably going to be a fancy interstellar object there. I've heard a few like rumours of it doing something odd here or something odd there, but I've not heard anything concrete around those things yet. Nothing that I can look at the data around yet. But let us know if you've heard anything different there. I'd love to hear that. Oh no, I'm up to date there. Yeah, so yeah, would we even expect? Oh, we've got another one coming in. Is it gonna? It's doing that deeper analysis there. So the idea is that it might be hearing something repeating. There is signs of modulation and coding, anything like that that could imply that there is part of a signal being hidden in amongst all of that noise. But sadly not, and it's always going to be very difficult just to kind of differentiate that out between all of the background noise there. I can't wait that NASA comes back to publish. So that is actually, I'll give you that, the fact that we had this convenient shutdown around the time of Free Atlas's closest pass by there, and everybody else being quiet, that did actually start to make me go, that is a little bit suspect there. Although we have seen some images now from, I think, the European Space Agency, but not many, not what we was expecting there. So I'll give you that. It does actually push it into a little bit of hey guys, what's going on a bit there. All the agencies are silent. It is a bit sus, isn't it? It is there. Not coming yet. Overall, the space agency is still being quiet about it. So that for me does put that question there a little bit. Oh, we've got another one. Hey, look, this is coming in quite regularly. No, it hasn't found anything there. But there's something there that seems to be coming up a bit more often that is triggering that deeper analysis. That is interesting. Raf as well. Man United beat us at Anfield today with a winner from Maguire, is that? If that can happen, Free Atlas and the Anunnaki are coming back for us. Okay. There we go. That's it. Straight from Raf now. It's definitely possible. Could still be shut down at Xmas, so it could be a full-scale invasion, and we wouldn't know. Well, if they've not told us about it, then we don't have to worry, do we? God, that long. I mean, I know they can, in theory, go on, but normally they do argue it out and stuff. I don't know. I haven't seen anything from the evidence that has been made publicly available and the general scientific chatter and behaviour. There's nothing there that makes me go, But the behaviour, again, of this shutdown there and the silence across those fields, because even in the shutdown, they may not publicly be releasing these things. They might not have the manpower to do the deep research, but it doesn't mean that, well, we know for a fact they were still looking. There were still teams there pointing at those missions at it, and you do know that these guys would be doing it in their spare time, which they've got a lot of now. They would be looking, they would be analysing, they would be sharing it around with their friends. So the fact that there hasn't been a leak, there hasn't been anything around, no commentary, that silence does make me, in that real gut level there, make me go, that is a little bit sus there. Same, understand NASA being silent, but the other agencies in the UK and Europe is what gets me. Yes, the consistency, like the fact that it is a proper radio silence, because even if they had they'd got some of the data and they'd been sharing it around with themselves, even though they're not technically meant to because they're not meant to be working or whatever, there, and they'd gone, oh look, this is actually showing us something interesting, that there is this extra bit of gas, or there's this extra type of molecule detected in whatever that's going on there. I would have thought that would have seeped out as well to kind of push for the comet narrative there. They would have liked to have utilised that for part of that. And it hasn't at all. Yeah, it is. The longer it goes on, the more quiet it is, the deeper they're digging that hole there. As well, from the European agencies' clips, we can notice that the object is kind of in standby. It doesn't have kind of a tail anymore, and the coma is really fainted and weak. Oh, totally opposite what we had from the previous pictures. I don't know. So I've only seen one image from from them, and I don't know what they showed in it though, because we were really very tiny one. But yeah, so if that is true there, that we're not, the closer it is now getting to the star there, the heat source, we should see a greater tail, we should see more more coma there, more reflection of light. You're closer to the object there. We should be seeing a lot. The activity should increase to there. Slower could be possible, with all the outgassing, it could slow down there, but you'd expect to see just generally more outgassing and more things like that, and increasing brightness and stuff that would point to it being very, very anomalous. In fact, it could lean, if I think of analogies here, it could actually point it a little bit closer towards you imagine there is like some old ship, craft or probe that has been flying through the interstellar medium there for a very, very long time, and it's collected this build-up of ice and other materials as it's gone through there. And now it's gone and it's come into our solar system, it's come near a heat source, and it's melted all of those off, but it's only a very top, a very superficial surface layer. That could work as an explanation there, and that's why it may have run out of those. And that's why we're not seeing it anymore. That light coating, the dusting there, has come off of it. Interesting there. We had the 2 crappy pics from the European Space Agency. I would expect some filler content. Exactly. This is, even if they're not doing it officially, these people would have had access to some of that information there. They'd have had a general conversation. They'd have had general chat. And I'm not hearing that at all from the normal, the space science community. It is just basically silence from there. There's no conversation around it at all, which is a little bit suspect there. Carl, the analysis in Redbox might be picking up on aliens singing in the shower. We just had one there. It could be anything there. So that's the thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be an intelligence signal that might come in from that point. This could be picking up anything like their radar, like their directional communication there. Now, we are expecting it to be a purposeful, being on this particular frequency. We expect them to choose this frequency for a particular reason there. But in theory, it could be anything. They may have just selected this frequency, for something else going on. True as well. It is such a phenomenal event. They have so much data. Yes, it is, and they are still collecting it. Even if those guys were off and not being paid, they were still there collecting. I think officially they did say they'd have teams still monitoring to collect the data. Maybe there's a bottleneck on analysis there because the teams aren't in. I don't know. It doesn't feel to me. It doesn't feel like it's adding up. And the longer it goes on for as well, the less believable I think that line comes. Maybe saw us slowed down to investigate. Or that you would expect that. Now, as that thing was approaching us there, we were totally speculating on what it would be able to see of us, totally on what technology it had and its sensor suite available there. But from its distance, it would know that there is obviously activity and there are biosigns from our planet there. So I would have thought that it would have targeted Earth earlier on now, because we've been screaming a biosignature for like billions of years now there. So unless maybe when they set off on their journey, they haven't checked since, maybe it was Mars. Maybe Mars was the interesting candidate at the time, because before Mars was more habitable than Earth earlier on. Wasn't it there? And now we've said as well about the life there. Maybe Mars was the target when that ship initially set off, or probe. It could well be that. Oddly, even my local observatory has absolutely nothing in the diary, which is unusual. So that is interesting. Why would that be? Is it because they've got nothing in the diary? Do they rely on other people, which also then rely on somebody else, which might rely on NASA? That is one argument that I did hear, is that obviously NASA is just such the big boy there. And these teams work collaboratively. They have people, sent over. They share team members. Even if it is a NASA mission or a European Space Agency or a JAXA mission there, there'll still be sort of international teams working together there. And we may have had an issue with some of those teams, therefore slowing everything else down there. What is that? There's a speck on my screen and it's doing me in. I cannot be having that. Is it a speck? Or it might just be the camera. Sorry guys, that was doing me in. So maybe there's something there, but yeah, the longer it goes on for, really, the less strong of an argument I think that is. Where are we? They're tickers in the house. So you've been driving all day and you still find time to join us over here. There. Still can't get the chat comments up on Twitch. Oh, that is the chat. They made me put my phone number in today. They made me do that. So yeah, I think it is all of this, got to prove who you are nowadays. We know who to thank for that. I think they're stopping us. Yeah, but they got me too there, tickers. Andrew as well. I just hope that in some way we all have the chance to see it for ourselves, even if it's alien, but the humanity won't interact with it. It will be so disappointing for me. I get that, yeah, but that opportunity potentially passing us by. I mean, the way I see this is that if they're quiet, we've got the evidence, and therefore, even if the object disappears off, it'll be there somewhere for us to then prize out of them there. If it's not and it is just a comet there, then we've not missed out on anything there. But I don't think they'd come all of this way, and if they, I don't think it would rely on us making contact or anything like that. I think they were gonna regardless of what we done there, just put our fingers in our ears and they just pass us by. And they survived a night out in Southend on sea with the kids and a 3.5 hour drive back for a monsoon. It really was coming down, wasn't it, tickers? So where's all the others? Kate, Agent XV, they're over on Twitch. Yeah, actually, I think most of them are. Kate and A-Up is over on Twitch at the minute. Who else we got on Twitch? There's a few extras of you guys over there I can see. Yeah, so we're split between the two at the minute. Let me change that one as well. We've got quite a few. We've got a few hiding people. So, guys, if you are joining us, we are searching for alien radio signals tonight coming in from amongst the stars. We're searching on a frequency called the hydrogen line. That is the channel on the radio dial there, the frequency that scientists theorize that it's most likely for us to hear the "hello, is anybody else out there" message coming from an alien species. And in the 1970s, they may have sent just that. The infamous WOW signal was detected right where that yellow line is at the top. And no, we're out of the part of sky now. We've just passed over the Sagittarius constellation, which is where that signal initially came from. So we'd really like to hear a repeat of that again. A nice clear spike at the top, kind of like what we've got just to the left of the red line there. But we want it really a lot closer to the yellow section there. So that is what we're doing tonight. And yes, say hello if you're in the chat. Make sure you are following us over here or subscribed, depending what platform you're on. We're on Twitch, TikTok and YouTube now. But yes, say hello, let us know. Let's do a little bit of a roll call in as well. Rosetta's in. How are you doing? And you're over on YouTube today. Sure as well, but many people will still think that aliens are not real. They deserve to open their eyes. Sorry, it's so frustrating to be the weird one. Not at all, and I think you are totally right there. We think it's evidence, isn't it, is what points our belief, but it really isn't. I mean, the fact that we had the Phoenix Lights case, a whole city of people seeing strange lights in the sky that couldn't be explained elsewhere, you'd think that would be enough. In the movies, that would be enough, wouldn't it? A ship over a city there would be enough to explain. But no, it isn't evidence. I think it's probably closer to herd mentality, isn't it? Is everybody else doing it? Is everybody else? And where the narrative at the minute is, it's getting better, but it is still, we haven't got evidence for aliens yet. Until that comes in place, you could show it to them in the front of their face, and they'll look for every excuse for it to not be that one. Raf, does that mean you're going to have to do a Twitch account? No, we're always going to be, it depends who you want to talk to there, Raf, but no, we should always be able to do both there. We're all weird here, Shariad Hawaii. We are the cool kids, I like to think. Yeah. Not sure Twitch will have your phone number. Yeah, you don't want to give it to them there. Sorry, switching to Twitch in a sec. Had to dig my keyboard out from the crafting chaos. The crafty chaos, I like that one. And where are we over on Twitch there? Kate as well. I just did it on sign up. I'm used to it though, because I can never remember my password, so I need the text codes. Actually, that's not a bad shout. Actually, it's a bit more convenient there. No, I didn't realise that I hadn't done it. It must have been sort of set this up a while ago, and it was when I was trying to play with the settings to get animated Allens to appear on the screen for the older Twitch. Yeah, I had to figure that one out. Up as well, other celestial events. There is a talk. There is nothing. Why don't people want us looking upwards? Maybe Trump will do the full disclosure to get us looking not at him exactly there. Not that I'm a conspiracy theorist or anything. The problem with conspiracy theories is they do tend to have some element of truth. There's something there most of the time. But you're right. I mean, maybe that is our best case, is a self-serving politician looking for a bit of a distraction. Maybe might be our best number there. Oh, Raf, yes, we did. We'll be back on TikTok. We have ordered the machine, so it will be about a week or so, I think, for that to arrive, and then we'll be in all of the places all at once, and you can have 3 devices open. That's what we want. Alan says. Janie's moved over to Twitch, and welcome aboard on Twitch. You have to let us know which one is your favourite platform. It's always good, because there are more things we can do with Twitch, apparently. Some of those interaction things. Right, let me get that back up there. Getting distracted with all of the different screens going off left, right and centre now. It's like mission control in here. I'm going to need more monitors. This is why I love this channel, because I can make a logical conversation. But yes, exactly. This is why I love it as well. A little bit of challenge, a little bit of, little new ways to think about things, hearing everybody's ideas and all that around it. Kate, 2 places at once. Well, you've got 2 eyes and 2 hands, Kate, so I'd expect nothing less. You've got to rope the kids in when we're back on TikTok as well, though. Yeah, all 3 at once there. Rosetta's in both chat now. Good thing about using my PC is that I can run both streams for the chat. Exactly, perfect. You're thinking ahead there. I ain't very good at multitasking. I do feel you there, Raf. Can barely manage one thing at once here. Get thrown off of my game ever so slightly with the slightest change there. Have we got anything in the news though, guys? Anything in the UFO world? I know it's gone a little bit quiet, hasn't it? They're being unferal for a change. Some sort of spell? Did that help with it there? Oh, check the Discord. That's a good point. You guys do put a lot in there. Let's have a look. What we got in the Discord? I've forgotten how to open Discord. It's been one of those days. Right, where are we? Oh. Oh, it's always so weird. That is a cool crafting setup, though. That is very cool. I'm loving it. I don't like seeing my face, though. Every time you guys post, like, watching the stream, I go, who the hell's that idiot? Oh, it's me. I've had a few of you like sending clips and things, like we've actually had sightings whilst listening to us doing the stream. And you're watching these objects move, and you just hear my nasally voice in the background. What the hell's that? It's, yeah, I would never get used to that one. Yeah, exactly, Rev. How is Shannon's Nigerian villa? I don't know, Shannon. Shannon hasn't made it over to these platforms yet, sadly, which is a shame. Hopefully we'll see her again soon, though, when we get back on TikTok there. The prince. God, yeah, those. Although Kate's coming in with the typos, aren't you? Trying to soften the blow of Shannon's absence there. For Alan, so he doesn't starve there. Thank you, Janie. There we go.
Nom nom nom. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for that. He says they're sugar-free, but they'll do for now. Oh, typical. Sorry, guys. I've thought I'd stop that. There we go. Hit the button. I'll hit my desk, and it dislocates the cable there. Where are we? Technology is tricky. That's the absolute tip of the iceberg. Yeah. I can imagine. Crafts have a habit of that. I've seen a few craft rooms in my time. You need it all. What if you need that very specific shade of orange there? You know, you can't be using one that's a little bit out there. AAP as well, they think if Mars has life, it could be perfectly preserved. Oh, that could be an idea as well, yeah. So we know recently that they've now accepted that they're very confident there is evidence of past life, microbial past life on Mars. And we've said before, haven't we, that they've had the actual evidence for a life being currently there on Mars, microbial life. But what else could be there? Anything more complex? Maybe fossils, maybe something there below the surface. And what was you saying as well about was it the dry ice worms, that actually dry ice can burrow and create these little tunnels under the surface of Mars there? That kind of freaked me out a bit there. Can we swear on Twitch? I think you can. You're doing your best. I bet. Oh, you got stars, not swearing. No, we got. I got swearing from Rosetta there, so I think you can on there. Do a 360. Oh, you have to 100% there, and it will melt your brain if you need it. If you need it, probably have it. Just by the little corner of the shot, I don't fail to believe it there. This is a delight. So let's go over here on the old YouTubes as well. What's that? A carrier bag. Thank you, Raf. So even my mother today brought up the carrier bag. So never ever going to be living that one down. But I think we should be able to, I haven't figured it out yet, but we should be able to start putting the custom emojis and things like that on Twitch. So maybe the carrier bag will make an appearance over there. If they ever do say there's life on Mars, David Bowie will forever go down as an absolute legend. I mean, he's pretty legendary as it is there. But, yeah, maybe he knew something there. Not that he isn't already, exactly. I was going to say. Yeah, thanks to you guys, Rosetta, there. You fixed it. Excellent. You can all swear freely over on Twitch there. Hopefully, we'll figure out how to get some little Allens in the older chat there, so you can start putting things like that in. Again, might let the old plastic bag make a comeback, maybe. So, yeah, we've got life on Mars. So what do they mean perfectly preserved? Do they do they mean in the sense that like the evidence for it there, the fossils and things like that could be perfectly preserved there, or do they mean like in a sort of a microbial sense there, that there is less interference with that organic strain there, so they might get like a perfect example? Is that what they meant? Or am I totally off the ball there? Spirit Seeker, how you doing? Are you a refugee from our TikTok, or are you new here? Welcome aboard. Good to see you. We're searching for potential alien radio signals coming in tonight. Hopefully we're going to hear the SETI message. Hello, is anybody else out there? There's not nearly enough aliens in these little animations. You're definitely right about that. I do think we could customize them. Oh, actual life up as well. So that is interesting, that there might still be that range of life there, because we all think of Mars as being quite inhospitable and quite barren there. And if there's life, it's got to be hiding under the surface in those little sort of canals and things like that. But no, maybe there's a bit more there. I think we'd be surprised. I suppose the only thing that goes against that, though, is that there isn't much in the sense of like plant life, is there? There's not much flora that is visible there. No molds or lichen or anything that we've seen to date. I've been so busy with John's birthday. I have done no research, and it's made me go all fizzy. I feel you there. Where I've been trying to tackle the bits here and there, it's it's really I'm off the ball with the aliens, guys. But yes, aliens. Spirit Seeker. Oh, it's Carl. Good to see you, Carl. Welcome to the dark side. Good to have you in here. Yeah, so you know what? I do need to go back and read that one, because I think I missed it in the end. I know I was going to there, which wasn't Mars like Earth, though. It used to have an atmosphere. Apparently so. And it's like all these things, though. Our understanding of them, you realise, is actually incredibly limited, and there's a lot of guesswork. Like, we think that these things are given, but no, it's actually just a good guess, apparently. But yeah, I think to the best of our knowledge is that they are they lost their magnetosphere, their magnetic field protection there, which then slowly the atmosphere got stripped away, and therefore they lost all their surface water, and that sort of chain of events there. But it was like Earth, apparently, and there is the sort of geo evidence there, isn't there, in all the rock formations and things. Like, it was very, very much like Earth, and it would have been, again, more stable than Earth before we cooled down enough to host life. So yeah, it does make a lot of sense, doesn't it? We think that's a gibbon. Did I say gibbon? A gibbon. But I'm saying gibbon from now on. It's a gibbon. Where are we? On the other side. But imagine singing about that stuff all them years ago. Yeah. I mean, the sounds would go through the roof there. Actually, Life on Mars was quality TV. It was. Oh, that is the second one there. He is, but then he was also a tiny bit of, I can't say the word. Was he really? I didn't know that one. Seems like everybody in the 70s. John as well. Have they ever detected water on Mars as life evolves from water? So, good question. And very recently, they've again accepted this thing. The signs were there all along. But yeah, apparently there is water. Now, is it liquid water? They do think most of it is frozen. But they're now there's a lot of it under the surface, like more than there is on Earth, apparently, under the surface of Mars. They're all all within all of the rocks. But they do also think that a briny sort of salty, briny liquid can form on the surface, which doesn't evaporate. I think seasonally as well. So there may be the opportunity even on the surface there. And Kate, it has an ice cap on one of the poles, doesn't it? I think it probably does. Why were they arguing it? Because there was a point they were even arguing about Mars there. Did he really? I mean, I am not surprised at all. Wow. Okay, I'm in this chat and the Twitch. I have no idea how I've got the brain power to also be in your head. Yeah. Dream shattered there. Yeah. It was. Where are we in the old Twitch side of things? Gibbons are cool. They very much are there. I just make up what I think people say. I mean, I've listened to myself back, though, Rosetta, on recordings. And I don't finish a lot of sentences. It was very humbling. Oh, fuck's sake, Sam, finish your sentences. So I wouldn't be surprised if I did say gibbon. Let's just hope that they aren't bringing back any of the biofreeze in time. We all saw how Jurassic Park ended up. Well, what was the one from Russia recently? Because we've got this issue over here in the permafrost, haven't we? Now, obviously, that's all melting. There's all sorts of weird and wonderful things coming out from the deep freeze. And there was something I heard, really, really peripheral to here, so do not take this as fact at all. But there was some sort of virus or something they had unearthed there. And, apparently it's like a worm or something there. The people were drawing the connection between that and like The Walking Dead and things like that. Phil Tippett, why do I know that name? What's that on Rosetta? There, changed my name now. Oh, Carl, perfect. There you go. It's easier for me there. And A-Up as well, my daughter, was terrified at the Doctor Who Water of Mars episode. So I am not telling her if they bring that back to Earth. Well, we've got I don't think they've got the water samples. Maybe there's something in there. But the sample return missions that they keep dithering around, haven't they? But they've got lots of samples waiting on the surface to be sent back. Haven't figured out how quite to get them back yet. Though, what was the Water of Mars episode? Which Doctor was it? Dinosaur Supervisor. Oh. I have seen Jurassic Park. You don't have to be too upset with me there, but it was a long time ago. Where are we? I think that's probably a safe principle there. Rosetta, the 70s were just awful, and anybody there. Hey, DJ's in the house. Good to see you there. How has your weekend been going? again, that's I haven't seen Rosetta there. Rare exports there. So a Tennant one, I probably didn't see that one. I'll have to get Leanne to update it there. Filter bit works for light. Oh, Light and Magic making 3D models. Oh, I thought you meant it was a character art. Ah. Where are we there? Best Christmas film ever. We're in between two conversations here. I'm worried that it's it's going to go into that 70s discussion again. Oh, he's listed as dinosaur. Ah, maybe I've heard that one. That might be why his name does ring a bell. Industrial Light and Magic, isn't it? DJ, it was David Tennant. Yeah, I didn't get those series. Leanne will know. She can inform me of that one. John, they found a complete T-Rex with blood in its chest. A world's first. That would be very. That is crazy. When did they find that one, John? That is insane. Because hey, I mean now, what's the company that brought back the dire wolves? Oh God, what are they? Something bioscience, isn't it? Starts with an A. Yeah, so there. I mean, hey, it's all ready to go. Full Jurassic Park there. Smith, Tennant, Ecclestone in that order. Capaldi badly written, and let's forget. I think a lot of them, the writing has been letting them down. But for me, Matt Smith was the best, and probably the only one I really liked there. Or it's Harmson, the correct way round. Again, probably the dinosaurs are probably a great example of scientific progress there. Like we think we have the idea and we all run with it and then assume that we're very, very correct and then realise, no, actually it wasn't quite the same. You know, oh, let's update this one. Oh, let's update this one. I wonder how many scientists swore blind that they had the arms around the right way and there were no feathers there. Tennant was the best. I couldn't. Everyone says Tennant was the best, but for me, I couldn't. It was a bit too cheesy. I know Doctor Who is meant to be cheesy, but I enjoyed the Matt Smith. That's what got me in. Colossal Biosciences, 100%. That was it. Yeah. So they brought back the dire wolves that were extinct. Although I think technically they brought back the dire wolves. It's not quite the same, but they were also. They're also in talks, I don't know how well it's going, but to get some samples from the Peruvian alien hybrid mummies. You know, these ones, the ones that, were seen discovered by grave robbers over in Peru. And some of them look a bit questionable, I think are probably quite questionable, but there's a certain type there, I think it's the M types, that actually look really, really like you would expect them to look, and they've done all the CAT scans, the CT scans, all this sort of stuff, even the blood work and the broken down their sort of genetic tree, and they look like real biological organisms. And yeah, I think it's Colossal that is in talks with them to bring a sample back to the US so they can essentially do some work and have a look at what that is. What a cruel thing to create a beast with a huge jaw and thighs, and then and let's give it tiny little hands. Exactly. I leave David alone. Never, as a hill I'll die on. There. Smith was the absolute best, but Tennant was a close second. I thought Tennant was the best until Smith. I mean, it just wasn't for me, that one. I don't know if it was. I'm not saying he's a bad actor at all. I don't think the stories and what I saw of it didn't hook me enough in to probably give it the time to build up that appreciation. Every time I'd see a bit of an episode of it, that's cheesy there. I won't repeat that one, Rash, but there. You can just hear it saying, brilliant. Now let's pick it. Matt Smith was great as well, but I always like Tennant more. John Pertwee, best Doctor Who. I'm showing my age there, Shepsy. Yeah. Wasn't he like the first? That's maybe when they should have ended it there. Right, where are we on the overside there? The 10th. Okay, yeah. Where are we? Rare Exports, the best Christmas film. Tom Baker is the best from A Up. I mean, yeah, I can see that one. Hyper obsessed with new Doctor Who. And James, well, I've always said David Tennant was the best Doctor. He lived in Paisley at one point. There we go then. A little bit biased. Yes. I think, Raph, you're right there. He definitely benefited from some really, really good standalone stories and bad guys and things like that. I agree with you there 100% on that one. Those Weeping Angels, though, they were good. That was a good idea, whoever had that one in the older writing room there. Let's go into... I can't look at my own face there on the screen. Where is... let's see if... Oh, under the interesting things here. Life. Oh, there you go. AUP's put the article in here. So let's have a look at this one then. If life on Mars exists, it may be preserved in a frozen time capsule. Oh, now that is a tantalizing headline, isn't it there? If life ever existed on Mars, traces of it might still be frozen beneath the planet's icy surface. So kind of like our permafrost that we have here. We're pulling the odd mammoth out, aren't we? Like mostly intact at the second. A new study from NASA and Penn State University suggests fragments of biomolecules from ancient microbes could survive in Martian ice. Okay, so they're immediately downgrading us here to ancient microbes. Fragments of biomolecules from ancient microbes could survive in Martian ice for tens of millions of years, long enough for future missions to potentially find them. According to a statement from the university, in laboratory experiments simulating Mars conditions, researchers froze samples of E. coli bacteria in two different environments, pure water ice and a mixture of water and ingredients found in Martian soil, including silica-based rocks and clay. The samples were cooled to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, which is minus 51.1 degrees Celsius, the temperature of icy regions of Mars, and then exposed to radiation levels equivalent to what they would experience over 20 million years on Mars. The results were extended through modelling to represent 50 million years of exposure, according to the statement. 50 million years is far greater than the expected age of some current surface ice deposits on Mars, which are often less than 2 million years old, meaning any organic life preserved. Well, I've totally lost my place there. Any organic life preserved, meaning any organic life within the ice would be preserved. Christopher House, a co-author of the study and professor of geosciences, said in the statement, that means if there are bacteria near the surface of Mars, future missions can find it. The researchers found that the amino acids, the building blocks of proteins, survived far better in pure ice than in ice mixed with sediment. More than 10% of the original amino acids remained intact after the simulated 50 million year exposure. That's a long old time, isn't it? While those in the soil mixture degraded 10 times faster and did not survive when tested under even colder temperatures similar to those on Europa, an icy moon of Jupiter, and Enceladus, an icy moon of Saturn. The researchers found it further reduced the rate of deterioration. So the colder, the better. Therefore, the researchers suggest that in pure ice... No, I'm not signing up to your newsletter. Researchers suggest that in pure ice, radiation byproducts such as free radicals become trapped and immobilized, slowing the chemical breakdown of biological molecules. In contrast, the minerals in Martian soil appear to create thin films of liquid that allow destructive particles to move and cause more damage. Okay, so within the bare soil, worse, but in pure ice, the better the preservation. These results suggest that pure ice or ice-dominated regions are ideal places to look for recent biological material on Mars. Well, that is interesting. So because the previous thing that they had seen was the evidence, wasn't it, in that rock there, the markings. That looked like they could have been made by bacteria there, so kind of like fossilization, but it wasn't a direct. It was their effect rather than, like, evidence of the microbes themselves, but they're now saying actually within the ice maybe there could be more preserved there. Where are we in the chat there? I'm not biased at all, just mentioning that he lived in Paisley at one point. He's like biased. The Weeping Angels scare me still. They were good. They were very, very good. There. And A-Up, A-Up Laura Lass. Oh, I thought it was A-Up a changed name now. No, it's Laura Lass. Good to see you in, Laura Lass. How have you been doing? What are we talking about? So we were in Doctor Who, Mars, bits like that. We're a bit all over the shop at the minute. Surprise, surprise. Where are we? Let's go find where we were in the old... oh my god, I think the YouTube's kicked up and I'm far, far behind on their side there. They're just boo from Super Mario. The River Song, yeah, that was actually quite entertaining. I'll give you that one, that storyline there. Derivative. One of my old schoolmates' dad used to build sets and beasts on Doctor Who. Once he brought home a 2-foot-long animatronic worm. Now that would be cool for show and tell. I bet that kid was popular. The worst Doctor Who, in my opinion, was the latest one, not being horrible, but the writing and the acting was just wrong. Him as an actor, I was really excited for him, because I really liked him. I think he definitely had the skills there, but I didn't even see the new series there. Baker was good with his long knitted scarf. That's a classic one. And Raphael, that speech he made at Stonehenge made my hair stand up. Oh, I don't think I saw that one. No, I didn't see that one there. Where are we? Scroll down here. Thanks, John, for that one. He said, John said that you should do ASMR because your voice is really boring. Is that what lots of people say, ASMR, because it's boring there? Thanks, John. Happy birthday. Hope the cake gives you nightmares like it gave me nightmares. That's a compliment. The tune they made was awesome as well, yeah. Yeah, that's why I didn't present on it. Yeah, 100% there. I don't like being this side of the mic. Capaldi Moffat tried to be too clever. I didn't see that one, sadly. It's losing me now because I haven't seen most of these. Baker's scarf would have been a health and safety nightmare. Yes, would have there. Where are we? On the old Twitch side of things as well. Oh, I love Doctor Who, and I'm more and more convinced there was a civilization on Mars. It would fit. It does. I think, for me, things happen if the environment's right. You know, things are a lot more passive than we put them down. We think civilization has to be very active. We all need to be very clever, and we need to be, very resourceful and build up our supplies and work on our culture, our laws, our education, our sciences, and all this sort of stuff to advance as a species. But I've got a feeling that it's more just linked to how warm it is and therefore how much food you can have. I think if we just kind of, give people stability for long enough, it will then eventually end up there. And it probably is true from a sort of a microbial level as well. If you just let them grow, let them do their thing. So I think I would side with you there, Laura Lass. I love Nocti as a doctor, but both him and Jodie's writing and the storylines were absolute rubbish from A-Up. I think Jodie could have done really, really well, but I only caught a few of her episodes there. I kind of tuned out during old, what's his name, whoever came after Smith there. Again, his writing wasn't on. Wasn't good for me there. Have you heard of Joe McMonagle? Oh yes, he's a remote viewer and apparently remote viewed Mars, and he said there were giants in pyramids. Yeah, so I've heard a bit. So he was tasked, wasn't he? Was he part of the Stargate project there, which was the CIA's official remote viewing program, which went on for a very long time? And one of the targets that he was to remote view, he found out later, it was Mars, like 1,000,000 years BC, something like that. And what he saw on Mars was basically that, yeah, tall, like 7 or 8 foot tall, like humans, basically. That's what they looked like. And it was either at one point they were pre-catastrophe there, but like they knew the end was coming, so they were all a bit miserable. And then a later viewing, or later in that session, he kind of basically saw that they were all trying to preserve themselves in pyramids, hoping for rescue or something along those lines there. Yeah. Make later. Where are we there? So yeah, I think whether that is specifically true, or maybe the question is how true is it there. I don't think there's any reason that there shouldn't have been life there, unless there was something that came up in the the geologic experience of Mars. Why would they not have had life evolve there? You know, if that window, because it was there, if it was habitable for long enough, why the hell not? And again, you look back, they did that study recently, didn't they? Looking at, if we're to take evolution as understood currently, of how things is meant to be working, hasn't been enough years for us to go from, sort of a single-celled life up to more complex things like this, like we are now. They're just, all those individual changes would have taken much, much longer. So it does imply that a lot of that groundwork may have been done off-planet. We haven't had the time here to do it. So maybe we did develop somewhere like Mars and we kind of hopped over here. A part of that. That's the one, and the giants come up a lot in them, but they do come up there. I think it all ties in. I really do. I think all of this ancient history, the UFOs, the aliens, all of the different cultural things there will tie in together. It's probably one and the same thing. That's why it all looks so disconnected at the minute, but it is all going to tie into a nice little bow there. Comes across really grounded to you. Yeah, I know, he definitely does. There, and again, who was the other one that was in there? Because I'm not sure if it was him I was listening to, but they were describing basically ways that you could do this remote viewing. Obviously some people have a gift, some people are better at it not, but you can test it quite easily, and it was to do with this grid in your garden. If you make a grid and bury certain items in there, and that's the way that you can test it. And I mean, it'd be interesting to try. Something giants as guardians, something Norse mythology in the past, something. That's exactly what I said. Something. I'm glad we've got you on board to dictate it, because you've got to write the all of the show notes, Rosetta, for that. Where are we? Oh no, little pages coming up here. Timeless Child Bollocks, great band name, yes. Where are we here? Oh, Carl's on both Twitch and YouTube. Good sir, that is commitment there. Putting the numbers are right the way up there. I was with his cousin. Where are we there? Oh, I'm going to skip through some of those ones. What are the conversations you guys are having over on YouTube? I'm trying to get a point to come in here. Where are we? Hey Ron, how you doing? Disclosure Project, good to have you in here. What's happened to TikTok? Haven't seen your work. So, Disclosure Project, have we got a story for you? So, everyone else is sick of me moaning about this now, but they did an update for TikTok Studio, which is what we use to go live from desktop, so we have all the cameras and all the things like that. Sadly, Sadly, though, they put this wonderful new feature in there, something along the lines of it'll make those animations, you get when you gift and stuff. It makes those animations change to the colour of your music or some weird pointless thing. But it's made it so graphically intense now. The way we was doing it through a virtual machine doesn't work anymore. So we've now had to go out and set up a new computer. So I've got to wait for that to get here. And when it does, we'll be back on TikTok. But yeah, so they've been messing us around, something rotten. So we've gone all out of sync this last week. But it's good to see you over here. You haven't missed much, though. It's been mostly cloudy. So we've only been doing SETI streams. But how have you been there? The channel's first... What? I can't even pronounce that on Rosette. What is that? The language of... I've lost total track of the YouTube there. Are we still talking Doctor Who there? Reminder, Coca-Cola fix. I'm getting a bit thirsty, but silly me didn't bring up a drink, did I? There, let's check in. I've lost the control and the plot. Where are we? Oh, Ahab said, I've just put a video of Free Eye Atlas on the Discord. If you zoom in, it looks like it's tumbling. Oh, okay. Now that is interesting there. Let's have a look. I didn't know anyone could get that sort of footage there. Let's have a look on the old Discord, see if we can... I am not with it tonight. Just spent ages scrolling around trying to get into Discord here. Right, let's have a look. Ooh. Oh, there does seem to be sort of movement to it. Could well be tumbling. So who's that? Was that another... so that was from the Mars orbiter. Interesting. Still just a bright white dot though, which is what you'd expect really with an object that bright at those sorts of distances there. I definitely think remote viewing is possible. Basically astral travelling, it does seem to be that there is some more of a connected nature there. There is something telepathic, there is some sort of connection there, and more than the mainstream has led us to believe there. And maybe it's a case that whether it is this astral travel, maybe whether it is this psionic connection or something like that, maybe we're all trying to explain the same thing. And that interview that I mentioned earlier, talking about the guy that was doing this, they think they called it intuitive communications, but it was this sort of telepathic link with extraterrestrials and stuff. There was some, what did he say? There was some connection between that and sort of ultra low frequencies there. So that's kind of pointing into the direction of maybe how it might work there. There is some sort of overlap with the electromagnetic world there. I'll have to find that. I'll find that one, and I'll post it. Yeah, I'll post it in the interesting things. That one I saw there. It is another thing. Yeah, could you go back that far? What are the rules that govern it? We don't know there. Is that what it is? Oh, Joe's been on. Yes, he has. I do like it. Very, very interesting. That angle. It seems to. I mean, I think he's been particularly. They've all released books, since the 90s and stuff. So it's not new in that sense, but there really does seem to be a new. What would you call it? A newfound sort of light on this side of things, especially the psionic connection. Coming away from more of the nuts and bolts, more to this side of things with the phenomena. I know absolutely nothing about remote viewing, but my mum is mental and has a garden, so hit me up with that grid stuff. There we go. Got two of the thing. Yeah, I'll have to listen to what that interview was, see if we can all do the test there. It's back in the zeitgeist. It is. It's coming back around. It's cool again, like Pogs. Where are we here? You did a little trophy like that. And disclosure as well. Yeah, not bad. Oh, good to hear that. Still adjusting to the move. Haven't had a clear night since. But here, so my son is waiting to be used. I mean, I feel that the weather has been absolute trash lately. So I'm a bit glad that we've had our issues over a cloudy run rather than a nice clear night sky. But yeah, it's been absolute rubbish. So it just means there's some good nights coming up, doesn't it? We are owed them there. Shame you missed the UFO conference in Warminster. That was good. I enjoyed that one. This is how old I am, Raf. None of my co-workers know my phone's ringtones is Knight Rider. It makes me feel well old. Come on, Knight Rider. They must know that. They must know. I watched a really interesting deep dive, like one of those really obscure YouTube. Somebody will spend years of their life trying to solve a problem, and they were trying to track down all the original Knight Rider cars. And there's rumours that there's one in a basement of one of the Hollywood studio buildings or something, and they're trying to solve this old legend. And the truck, they found the truck recently apparently for that. And most of them are mid-20s to be fair. Oh, kids these days, it's very upsetting. So to confess my ringtone. I bet you cannot guess. Actually what my ringtone is. Nobody can guess. If you're of a certain age and from the UK, you will probably recognise it as some sort of core memory. But to guess it, everyone needs a little bit of a prompt there for that one. Go on. Now, answer on a postcard. What is my ringtone, and what has it been since since I've had a mobile phone, basically? Where are we? Pogs. Is it Pogs or Pogs? Oh, I don't ask me that. Pogs. Tazos. Now, Tazos. Yes. Collecting them in your crisp packets. They go. Do you remember when they used to put 20 quid in the crisp packet? That little blue, pouch that would have the money in it, but you could open your packet of like salt and vinegar, a little blue packet in there, 20 quid, and that was in the early 90s. Yeah, they would. Yes, that's the one, the Tazos. Yeah, you could stack them and stuff. Yes. It's not off of an advert, no. Well, I think the recent ones were a £5, but I think back in the day it was 20, or maybe for one promotion. So I had this distinct memory of somebody in the playground actually getting one, and it was the rich kid as well, so they didn't need it. Come on, can you guess it? They're close to cat. No. Benny Hill, good, but not quite. Barbie girl, DJ, Cotton Eye Joe, all classic. Good say. I'm gonna have to explain it to a lot of people. Inflation, it's deflation. Oh, theme from the Raccoons. Now that's a classic. No, it wasn't a kids' film. It was. Let's wind this in. It was a popular at the time 90s drama, but not kind of light-hearted drama. And it's not the sort of thing that's been ever remade, or it's a British one. Due South's classic, yeah, but no, it was a British drama. Like, is drama the right word for it? Because it's one of those happy-go-lucky, and there would be mild peril, but they'd all resolve it by the end of it, and on an episodic basis. Brookside, no, it's not Brookside. Grange Hill, just take me for a rap, yeah. Some of you remember it, some of you won't. Okay, I'm going to give you the answer. It's Lovejoy. Who remembers that from the late 80s, early 90s? I'll wait for everyone to go, what the fuck's Lovejoy? It had Ian McShane in it. No, you know. Ayub gets it. Ayub knows Lovejoy. Oh, Pie in the Sky. It would have been closer. It's about a lovable rogue of an antique stealer. Absolutely brilliant one. It's the best TV show that has ever been made. Apparently old David Hasselhoff. It scares the hell out of me. But I can't remember how to change it. I have a little heart attack. Luckily nobody rings anybody anymore, so I don't get there. No, it's true. But David Hasselhoff keeps wanting to buy the rights for it and to remake it, because he absolutely loves it. There. Your mum used to watch it. Kate, you missed out. You should have watched it. Need to rewatch it. Honestly, it still holds up. It's a classic. Yeah. It is. It's a good show. It's where the world went wrong. We need more Lovejoys. Robin Bergerac. Lovejoy is much better. Heartbeat, yeah. Okay. So, I mean, most people know it, and you have to say what it is, and they go, oh. A vinyl record of David Hasselhoff covering Under the Border. He does like to sing. He does like to sing. So does Ian McShane, actually. I have a vinyl single from him. It seems to be they all go for a phrase. They try their luck, don't they, singing? Monica the Glen. That name rings a bell. I don't think it was one I ever watched. Oh, good. We're really going back to the TV times of the 90s. Oh, excuse me there. Every Sunday evening we'd watch that. Oh, Heartbeat. I remember the music for it. It's not still on though, is it? Everyone remember him on top of the Berlin Wall when it came down. He claims credit for knocking down the Berlin Wall. Talking about the right place at the right time. Oh, what's that? He's pissed, yeah. I generally miss how calming one man and his dog was. I can't remember one man and his dog. Know the name, but surprise there. But that's how I feel about Lovejoy. It's a real peaceful, just chill out. There's something nice about that. Ah, Bob Ross, yes. It's a shame. He's an interesting character there. Right, I'm going to do 2 seconds. I'm going to go get a drink because otherwise I'm going to drown. Drown? The opposite of drown. Dry up. There you go. Alan, can you look after everyone? You won't stay still. Don't do it. Oh. Alan, one job, mate. One job. Had a small heart attack then. As I came in, I didn't notice the spike in the right place. Went, oh my god, we got one! No, not at all there. Oh, the remote viewing on Discord. Let's have a look at those ones there. Because it is a very, very interesting area. Remember the old Crazy Frog ringtones there? Alan would never dare say that. He's now going to... Lovejoy is the best TV show that's ever been made. I'll stand by that one. What did you do to Alan? He's wasting away. He can't be fed. That's what the problem is there. You're saying it's the spike. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Hold on. What's up with that? That was nice and stable before, but let's go back into that. There we go. Back to that one. Oh. Keep knocking it out. So, yeah. Aliens, come on. What's in the latest of the alien news at the second? That'd be my luck. Just go to get a drink at the exact moment we get the signal. And hold on. We're going to do some technicals. What's going on here? No, everything's still plugged in. That's very weird. Why does that keep having a bit of a sulk? Thought we'd resolved that problem. There we go. So yeah, it would be between 30 and 90 seconds, wouldn't it? So it wouldn't be there for long. Oh, he had an NDE and made him more sensitive to ESP. I didn't know that about him. I didn't know that. But old Uri Geller, he's all into that side of stuff as well, isn't he? The remote viewing, and he's got his CIA links and things like that. He's a deep old a rabbit hole. I love the NDE stories too. Again, there's a lot of that overlap there. We need to get the reel-to-reel working, Tickers. We do, but I need to get it working slowly because it's too fast at the minute. There. I won't repeat it, Raph, but yeah, I appreciate the laugh. Did he? I don't know. I mean, I've seen a few. I know the name of. I heard a few podcasts. Who was the other chap that worked with him? Because there's a few of them that all claim to have worked together at that period of time. What? Why are you having a sulk today? I didn't even knock it that time. That is weird. Very, very strange there. Gonna go back, gonna work? Yes, working now. He worked for the CIA, so he had some enemies. Yes. That, again, a lot of overlap there. Who was the one who died? Oh, no, actually, here, tell a lie. I think it is Uri Geller. Very, very recently, like I'm thinking the other week, came out and said, claims to have has actual negatives, images that he took himself of the bodies. Not sure if it was necessarily Roswell, but definitely some crashed alien bodies, recovered bodies there, and he actually kind of pointed out his safe where they were, because yeah, he claimed to have been very close. What is up with that tonight? That's very, very weird. Well, we resolved one technical problem. It only makes sense that we get another one. Alright, I'm going to leave it up on that section first. If we get a signal, I'll bring the other stuff back up. But we don't need it until then, so let's look at this screen for now. Well, yeah, he was claiming to have been very close. One of the presidents was showing him around. And he showed some other images from this reel, from the same day, from the same trip, but didn't show us the bodies, but claims that he has them there. The spoon bending one, yeah, that's him. Apparently he's connected to all of this as well. I know what you mean. I didn't. I thought he's a bit of a showman, a bit of a gimmicky one there. But apparently, if you look into his record, he's got those CIA links. He was all part of this Stargate project as well. It all checks out. So it does look like he was involved. So absolutely, which just blew my mind, because again, I think of him as, you know, as a sort of a late night, as in a TV show magician that had come on there. That's a good one there, Tickers. Yeah, I mean, I still don't know how much. Ah, there we go. That's one of the things that comes up if I'd forgotten we'd done that one. Does that play a sound for you guys? She looks like the inside of your jeans pocket. It does. So what this is, that you're seeing now is the waterfall. So this blue bit here, the waterfall, this is the results over time. So it's what you're seeing, that top line, the wiggly line, the waves there, are all of those signals coming in across all different frequencies. And then you're seeing, but that's in real time. So if it spikes up for the second it gets something in, and you see it at the top, and it'll go back down. But then the results of that, the recorded evidence, is here in this blue bit, and that very strong line that you're seeing down the middle. That is that spike that's being represented there as well. So if that spike was bigger, you'd see it bigger there. If it was if there was actual data within it there, you'd see the ups and downs of it and all like there. So normally we don't show this bit because it's quite boring. We do the other layers, the other software, we bring them into shot as well. But whilst it's playing up, I'm going to keep on this one just for now. Definitely not seen him much lately. No, it's gone a bit quiet. I think he's got his own museum, maybe probably does a podcast. But yeah, he's not been very public lately, has he? But he had a whole career, I think, as an intelligence somebody at CIA for a while there. A very suspect character. I did as well at Lorelas. I did exactly the same there. So when it first came, I went, no, pull him a leg. But apparently, there. I think Darren Brown is a hypnotist rather than a magician. Could well be. He's another interesting character. And imagine being known for your life for bending bloody spoons. Exactly. Imagine if this is right and he has been a CIA spy, and maybe he's got some, the James Bond stories under his belt there that he can't really tell anybody about there. Maybe he was remote viewing and he has been back to Mars 1 million BC here, and he might have even seen the Roswell crash bodies, and all anybody knows is that he bends spoons. What's that one? I've lost track of that one. Not that I put on the CV, previous experience selling cutlery, spoon bending. Call you. Where are we? There. Darren Brown's a legend either way. Seen him twice live. Yes, I agree with you there. He's an enjoyable chap. I think I've seen him at least once. This is the move. That's not all he did though, is it, Tickus? The old Oh, you have to forgive me tonight. I'm very much off my game today. So I've got nothing on a deck to go over. Has there been much news lately? I know we've had such a peak, haven't we, of interest because of Free Eye Atlas there, so it's taken up a lot of headline space. But obviously now that's calming down. What else is going on in the old UFO world? There'll be something, but I can't think of it. You may have to give me your mobile number. What's that one? Oh yeah, I can't see your chat on there. Yeah, you might have to give in there, Tickers. But which was Darren Brown? So English. You have to Google it. He's the one who does all the specials on Channel 4, like convinced a person to rob a bank and stuff like that. His music was damn good. There you go, Raph. Yeah, you've got to separate the art from the artist, which apparently we've got to do with Bowie as well now. Have we discussed people's experiences in the Discord? Oh, that's a good point. No, I don't think we have gone over. Not unless people have mentioned them specifically in the chat. So, yeah, no, if there are Discord stories, we haven't gone over that one before. Live, if it's just in the Discord. If he can bend spoons, maybe he could bend time. I mean, as a connection. Still don't know how he does the spoon bending. Or in the Matrix, isn't it? There is no spoon. That's how you do it. Little nod to Yuri there. So. You figured it. Good one, Kate. So yeah, come on. We want a nice little alien signal coming in. I was going to say, should we try a different Excuse me. So should we try a different frequency? But then I've remembered that actually this is tuned in for this. I'd have to plug in a different antenna and everything, so that'd be frustrating. So we won't do that one today. Maybe we can bring up, though. Let's see if we can bring up some more sightings from the old Enigma app. See what we think of some of these. Right, where's my settings? Ta-da! Whilst we're waiting for these hardcore signals to come in. Right, let's so we saw this one. Let's have a look at this one. Okay, here. So we're on the Enigma app here. You should be able to see this now. And we'll play the videos. No, we did. Yeah, well, let's try this one here. Let's go through some sightings. Exactly, I think he basically has, hasn't he? And he's done it in a very nice way there. Amazing, how you doing, Raya? Just got home. I hope you've been having a wonderful day, though. Good to see you. Nom nom nom. Got to feed Alan. So what have we got here? So this one's titled Silver Discs Hovering Then Fading. This is Worksop, England. So just packing my tools away. There was one in the sky. Recorded it. Just faded out. No aircraft noises. Clear sky. Was moving slowly at first. And then it stopped and hovered before fading out. This could be interesting. I'll zoom in on this one. Because if it does display that behaviour, that strange movement there. Oh, this was the one we did last night, wasn't it? Did the radio studio not have a roof? You're soaked through. You know, we did this one last night. It was rubbish. Let's do the next one here. Did we do this one? Yeah, no, we did that one. Did that one. Let's skip a few ahead here. Okay. Okay, I don't think we've seen this one. So, large glowing orb moving steadily. San Jose, California, September the 27th. I keep seeing these orbs on my night vision surveillance camera. Have we seen this one? This is not going to plan, is it? Oh, bloody hell, no, we haven't seen this one. The size of that. That is massive. Look, if that's just that corner of a house there for you. That's massive. That's far bigger than a satellite, by far. The only thing that could be would be a full-on police helicopter with a spotlight. But where are the strobes and other things? That's an interesting one. What do we think of that one? It's kind of the one I said. Ah, yes, it is kind of there. I know. JBZ, how you doing? I see you come across my TikTok most nights, mate. So are you just watching the night sky looking for UFOs, UAPs? Hello, and chance of catching over here as well. So we're not on TikTok at the second. We're waiting for an upgrade to get us back on TikTok live, but we're over here for now. So yeah, every night we are either, if it's cloudy and we can't get the camera out, we are doing this. We are searching for alien radio signals coming in. What you're seeing on the screen is basically, let's bring back the main setup. Oh, I've clicked off it. Hold on, sorry. So, there we go. And then, so this is our radio setup here. We're listening for potential alien radio signals coming in from amongst the stars here. And this is the various equipment to analyze the signals and whatnot coming in. But yeah, we do UFO, UAP skywatches when the sky is clear. So welcome aboard. There. So at the minute, yeah, we're passing the time. We're looking, whilst we're waiting for these potential signals to come in, we are just kind of looking through some recent sightings, seeing what we think. So what do we think of that one? Yes, so it's a good one. And Kate, what is that? It has a tail like a comet from the view. It does. Is that just like the pixels around it struggling with the light? But then why is it? It almost does have that, doesn't it? But it's going far too slow, unless he's... It's not a shooting star, because there's no change in brightness as it's entering or exiting. It's an odd one, that, isn't it? Kate, so, but I imagine that one I saw go behind the clouds when I was walking home from the hospital that night could possibly look a little like that. Ah, yeah. It's far too slow for a shooting star, isn't it? And it's so big as well. Looks kind of like a comet. It's got that vibe to it, hasn't it? But it is far too big and far too slow, I'd imagine. Well, not slow for a comet from Earth, but far too big. Interesting. It looks very AI. Ah, it could well be. That is another consideration there. Let's have a look at the next one. Now, that's a verbal report. Right, we'll click on that one in a second. Where are we here? JBZ, love the work, mate. The weather in the UK is awful at the minute. Oh, it is really bad. What do you think about Free Eye Atlas? So we started off the conversation tonight with about Free Eye because, God, it is atrocious, the weather. We've had a big, long run of cloudy nights. So I was initially leaning more to fancy interstellar comet, probably. Not a very hard-held belief. We're seeing some very interesting arguments either way, but probably was leaning towards it just being something like that. But we were trying to chew this over earlier, that for me, although I haven't seen much direct evidence now of strange behaviour that points me more that way, what is making me question it is how silent everybody is, or how all of the space agencies, not just NASA, does seem to be really, really, really suspiciously quiet around that. So that's kind of where I'm at. What about yourself? Where do you align on that one? Oh, tell them what the hydrogen line is there. We'll drop that one in a second. I'll do another round of introductions in a second there. Yeah, you and Kate Raff, you're both on the same page with that one, I think. AI is ruining our trust in everything. It's definitely something that we have to consider nowadays. And yep, it's going to mean that we won't be able to, we'll end up filtering out some stuff that probably isn't AI, but we'll figure out a way, I think, to understand it here. So what's the next one we've got here? This was October the 4th of this year in Buckingham, Virginia, US. The videos were taken by my father and stepbrother last night in Buckingham, VA. Standing outside on the porch. They were triangular in shape, very high up, and would appear and then vanish. Alright, let's click on this one. What have we got here? Oh, is it above the tree? Oh, hello. It does seem to be a triangular formation, but any free objects. So for me, that kind of looks like it's, if it was a triangular craft, it's rotating like that. Okay, no, that's not the way it's just done that. That's very strange, isn't it? I mean, obviously you could say drones, something like that. It's of the high altitude, isn't it? I mean, there's no navigation lights, and what's the chances of three separate drone operators just doing a fancy little display like that? I don't know, but it's an interesting one. Oh, possible drone, yes. It's the only reasonable explanation, but it does seem a bit odd. What would drones be doing for that one? JP said, exactly my thinking too. I just find it extremely rare, the fact that they're all staying radiant. Yeah, that's the thing for me. That, it's putting that big question mark for me, that. Ah, paper lanterns. We had one last night that I think was a real strong paper lantern. That could explain that sort of softer movement behaviour. Are they moving enough? But that's a good one. It is a good one. Right, let's go on to the next one. Black sphere disappears instantly. Now, looking at the clip of that video there, it's nice clear sky, so it's going to have to be like, you know, AI or something, isn't it, if it's that clear? So this was in France. That's all I'm saying. They're not going to try and pronounce that one. On my flight from Venice to Paris, I saw a black sphere floating outside the window. It didn't look like a balloon or a drone. It was extremely black, almost absorbing light. I recorded it on my iPhone 13 Pro at full zoom, but moments later it vanished instantly, faster than my eyes could follow. Fits in with a lot of other reports there. Excuse me, God. Right, let's have a look at this one. Okay, sight on the horizon. Oh, okay. God, how did he spot that? Oh, he does look like a black sphere. How the hell did he see that, though, without the zoom? No, there's not enough to go on that one, was there at all? It's Amazon drone, yeah. It made me think of a paper lantern burning sheep. That's the cruel. Is that how you get to sleep at night? You have to think of poor sheep suffering. Never laugh at anyone except for sheep burning, apparently, tickers. Alright, what's the next case for us, guys? Bright lights hovering with multiple smaller flashing lights. Twain Harte, California, October the 1st. Let's have a look at this one. Focusing glitch. I do think we see a lot of those. So one's moving, one's stationary. I mean, you could say drone, but it doesn't feel very droney to me. What do we think of that one? Very skeptical of videos. And I think you've got to be. Even if we go, that looks really, really interesting. To conclusively say that it isn't XYZ or that it isn't CGI or AI even is very, very difficult. I think, yeah, this is really kind of has to just be entertainment value, doesn't it? Oh, the truck driver's not. I need to dig that one back out. I did have. But I need to dig that one out because that was going to be what we were going to be looking at for our Halloween special. But to see if the computer gets here in time, see if we're still going to do that one. Oh, excuse me. Where are we now? White hovering sphere barely moves. See this one. What's it? That's crap. We're not even going to entertain that one. It's too short a video. Okay, here's one. Free light. Red blinking object hovering in the sky here. This was Berwick, Maine, in the US there, October the 2nd. Let's get this one here. So is that, what, a fleet of helicopters or a fleet of drones going past? So they're getting the strobe in. They've got some navigation lights there. Drones, yeah. How can we have such great tech in our pockets? Why are we still making shit videos? I mean, it's a good question, isn't it? Potato cameras. Honestly, like trying to do this this stream, our little Skywatch at night, and trying to understand about getting shots in the dark. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is so hard. For so many cameras and so many lenses trying to get a shot of the night sky. Nighttime photography is very difficult. Where are we there? The way AI is now, you're never gonna know until something shows up, literally like Independence Day. I think you're quite right there. Yeah, to get that final confirmation there. Yeah, until we see it physically ourselves in front of us there. I just think a craft or entity, a craft or entity intelligent enough to be traveling to us or with us wouldn't be moving so randomly, or ooh, quite possibly. I like the plasmoids theory though, and therefore when you see someone with a certain behaviour type, that could explain that, that difference for it. Random movement discounts the idea that something other than aberration. I mean, I think it's definitely a good filter to pass through there. Drones, those ones, definitely. Yep. What else have we got here? What does this one say it is here? A jetpack-shaped object moving steadily to the right. So, in Fleet in England, okay. And when was this? October the 1st. A jetpack-shaped object. It does seem to have consistently extra parts to it there, but is that just this? I don't know if that's what you were talking about earlier, Rosetta, there, the sort of zoom issues, these artifacts, because I see a lot of people zooming in on things, and it does seem to be that, like, an effect of the over zooming, but I don't know if this is that, or I mean, it's staying roughly in the same position, isn't it? Same orientation. That could be a balloon. I mean, it looks more balloony at this point. Don't know. Oh yeah, that one. Ever seen the video of the micro balloon? No. What's that one? Weird shaped balloon. Possibly that one, yeah. Lock response to always fading. I won't repeat it, but I like that you've annoyed him that much. I mean, Southend just was a very rough place in general. Where it kind of floated down into a garden as the helium faded or whatever. Maybe? I'm just thinking now of that kid. Although, when the parents made this UFO-shaped balloon and they said that the kid was inside it all the whole time. That was a weird one. 2 silver spherical objects, pulsing bright white lights, in sync, hovering, then moving slowly. Las Vegas, guys. Balloon Boy, that was it. Let's have a look at this one. I mean, I didn't see a thing there other than buffering. Why is maintenance starting to cop out now? Right. Nothing. Nothing. Oh, I didn't see a single thing. Well, exactly why? Do you reckon they faked it on purpose or a genuine accident? Good question. I don't know. It was dead empty, that one. I don't really know. Silver disc moving steadily away. Immediately, that looks a bit sus. Well, sorry, they're reflecting the light. I can give them that. The sky was empty on purpose. Ah. I don't... I don't know, I'm not sure for that one. I was taking a walk with some friends and looked up at the moon. At this time, we all saw the object going at a steady pace away from the moon. It was a clear day, and when zooming in, it doesn't appear to have any wings of any kind. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Five white dots are moving rapidly. I need to clean my screen, Jesus. I don't see the 5. I see 1. Looking like it's got some shape to it. A bit more interesting. Another Vegas one. It all started as I was sitting outside having a smoke. Sounds good. I first seen an unknown craft at sunset in broad daylight. It was flying in an odd flight path compared to all the Las Vegas aeroplanes, and unusually high. I was only able to see it because the sun was reflecting off of it. It was flying diagonally from the southwest to northeast, past the Sunrise Mountains. Something told me to keep watching the skies, so I did. As it got darker, it appeared as if the stars were starting to come out, but a few of these stars would move at high speeds, zigzag through the air. Now, the zigzagging is interesting. That's a bit unambiguous, but we didn't see it zigzag, or I don't believe we saw it zigzag. Be able to review footage whilst doing the radio search is great. Oh, thank you, yeah, it's something we only just started doing it today and yesterday. I'm still figuring it out a bit, but oh, it's too tiny. Oh, we need to throw the man off of the big screen. This is big TV time now, Kate. You gotta tell him we need the big screen for this. But you're not missing much. Golden dome-shaped object moving slowly. I don't know how to do that. This is not. I'm sure you better overcome that. Okay. Well, it looks like it's over here. It's UK based. A paraglider. Oh, am I just starting to see things? Oh, it's a good extra septi. That's like a paraglider, doesn't it? It's got the parachute. Or a parachutist, something like that. Let's have a look. Shame there's no comments with these, so you can kind of get other people's input on them. But that was Nottingham here, September the 21st, not that long ago. Okay, what's this one? Australia here. We were standing outside chatting and waiting for our shift to begin. While looking up at the sky, I initially thought I saw a satellite of the ISS passing by, but it wasn't a dot. It was an elongated phenomena. Definitely not an aeroplane with blinking lights. It appeared to be quite far away. Okay, so we already got there. Wait, he's zoomed in. Is it stationary to him? Or is he zooming in on his... That's basically stationary. Well, that's an interesting one. Now TV, Alan, this is you can need multiple devices. Your house can look like mission control there. Looks like a shoot tool. That was the previous one there. Oh, jellyfish raft. Yes, the jellyfish needs to be one of the watch. What's this one though? Elongated there. It does look like it, but it's actually in motion. So interesting. What we got up next? No, that's a audio clip. Oh, I can tag these. Hey, I can go through these and save them. Then that is really looking like it's lots of static on that one. Huddersfield as well, September 29th. Various high-speed objects taken with an infrared night vision camera. Sky was black, and these objects were not visible to the naked eye. The night is quite cloudy. I continued recording for another 2 hours, but visibility is poor. Let's try this one. Buffering. Hold on a sec. Let it build up a little bit for a second. Second that, Kate. It does look. That was an interesting one. Not right. What's this one going to be showing us now, other than potential headache? Oh, it's a magic eye painting. And the longer you look at it, there's a pirate ship. Oh no, wait, it's coming up from the bottom there. So this is in infrared. This is not in the visible light. Bit of a tail to it and everything. We're only halfway through the video, but it's not buffering anymore. Oh, the old signal's gone. Is it buffered enough? Oh, look, one coming in from that side. Oh, no, below it there. I mean, they're moving similar to the old, 3 in a row there, to the satellites that we've been seeing. I mean, they're displayed differently, but that could be just the effect of the camera that they're using. Oh, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. Definitely could be. Why is that struggling to load, that one? It's a bit weird. Crown, yeah, I think you're probably right there. I think probably leaning to satellites there, very close to what we see when we do our sky watches there on that one. What's this one? Tau glowing, orb hovering, California. It's moving fast relative to the ground. Now we're not seeing anything. You think to yourself, well, how do people take such terrible images, terrible videos of these things? How do they miss it out? But I did exactly the same thing when we had that one visually over us as I sit in the camera. I got my phone out, starting off by focusing on the object, recording it, and then I started watching the object with my eyes, and therefore the phone just kept drifting out of shot. So I can kind of get how people do this. Meteor shower could be another option for that previous one. White drone swarm moving rapidly. Excuse me, Denmark. Let's have a look. Oh, so this is the one that was the main video, wasn't it? That's causing a bit of a stir at the minute. Very green. Not Sainsbury's bags, but help me out on this one. I have seen plastic bags floating that high. Not Sainsbury's bags. I mean, could well be. Yeah, that is true. Right. SpaceX satellite re-entry. Okay, this just could be interesting. See something breaking up on re-entry there. Look at that. Wow. Well, I thought that'd be a satellite re-entry that much debris wouldn't have lasted that long. That's really cool to see, isn't it? Just coming in, re-entering there. All that friction, that heat, burning up. God, I'd love to see that one. Where was that one? California. Oh, yeah, lucky. So that was that, what's this one? Site? Oh, Bristol. So not too far for us there. Looked like a rocket, but silent. Only launches were from Florida today, which should definitely not be visible to me in Bristol. It was bang on west to my whereabouts, looking over the estuary between Bristol and Wales, seemingly over Newport. Okay, so look. Yeah, I wouldn't have said rocket launch. It's weird. There's something up there. Flying squid. People say space is fake. Yeah, I don't get that one myself. Yeah, that's a... shifting object observed hovering. Kansas. Oh. Stay still. Yeah, it's got to be AI, isn't it? It looks very sorcery to me for seconds there. Does look like he's getting issues when he's zooming in there. That would be... Is it consistently facing that way though? Because that current tilt is actually what you'd expect for a UFO to travel. Mothman. 100% Mothman. Was on the way to work and saw this in the sky. It looked like it was changing shapes. I messed up the first video, so wasn't the best. I've got other UFOs on videos, but this is the one. But this one I got longer in the frame. In the full speed too. Illinois. What's this one? Oh look, multiple objects up there. I see two, yeah. I mean, that's an interesting formation. No idea what it is though. Again, it's in that grey area. It could be drones, but for them to be that reflective. Oh, look, they're moving now in this shot. Why is that video better on the smaller screen there? That is weird. That's got to be drones. Could that be satellite? Ooh, good one, Kate. I don't think so. That way they're spread like that. And they seem to be moving within that space there. So why does it... Why don't you zoom into that part when we're doing... That's weird. Look at the way they're all moving around like that. To be that reflective at that altitude if they were drones, though. My family and I were enjoying the holiday on September the 1st, and as I was floating on my back in the pool, I observed the sky. White circular white circular objects all lined up, coming my way. Would have been westbound in the sky, and they were really high up in the sky. And that's when I noticed how huge these items were, and they came in a straight line pretty fast. They slowed down, and then they started to separate and circle around each other. I then yelled at my wife and friends that they were with us, and said, "Hey, I think they're Starlinks." My best friend and wife took their phones out and made 2 videos of these objects. And now I checked with the Starlink site, and it was stated that they launched 28 Starlinks on August 31st in the evening, but they were not visible in my area until about 8:30 period, so it doesn't line up with them. But also, a Starlink like that, they're moving left, right, up, down, certainly, and they're not. That's weird. That's a weird one. Incredible camera work, yeah. Who's the TV actor that saw UFO? Oh, quite a few. Oh, you took me the one I mentioned you the other day, which was, what's his name? I've just forgotten him. It wasn't Kevin Costner. Aykroyd is massively into it there. Oh, one of those parachutes. But then why are some stationary? They're all, I don't know, maybe. No, the bearded one has brothers. Guess who? A lot of them, yeah. It's anomalous. It very much is. Hold on.
Anomalous object.
There you go.
Confirmed.
I've got those buttons. It is a strange formation. Yeah, they normally go up in a straight line. Yes, and then they separate out there. The pilot. Yeah, I was. What was it the other day? It was. He's the one I was telling you about, the Phoenix Lights. That he was actually the pilot that reported it. What was his name? The hairy bikers, synonymous with UFOs. The hairy bikers, fucking love ET. They fucking love it. Where are we? There we go. So I should get on now. Checking our things. All right. Drone-like object hovering near Copenhagen Airport. 25th of September. I observed, this strange object in the sky towards the direction of the airport. I think it's a drone. The only strange thing. And it's been suspended in the air without moving for about 3 hours. So it'd been there a very long time. Not quite giving us much. That's the problem with a lot of these things. It could be, couldn't be. You know, it's that Kurt Russell, that was it. Kurt Russell, that was the dude. Drones, weren't they over at that point? Actually, I know what, it's a good point. I don't know. When was that? I didn't pay much attention to it at the time. The hairy bikers, Kurt Russell, very close, Raf. You get half a point. A long glowing streak moving slowly in Lower Saxony, Germany. We 5 people saw a long light flying over us. At first we thought it was the Starlink lights, but we couldn't see any individual points of light. It seemed to be a long object. It was clear, starry night. After about a minute, it was no longer visible. Very efficient, very precise, very German. Post it. I can't remember where I saw that now. Let's have a look at this one. Oh, is that going behind some trees for them or something? Okay, fair enough. That does look like a single light source, because when Starlink does launch, they are so close together, it does look like a line, like a you know, a little short line flying across there. You can't necessarily distinguish the individual satellites within it, but that actually does look like a nice solid line. Interesting. Do love a bit of Dan Aykroyd. That's an interesting one, that one. And they're Germans, we know, they're sensible. 3 lights moving diagonally, then hovering above the house. Right, diagonal movement, hovering, limits what it can be there. Spokane Valley, Washington. There, 21st of September. I was outside vaping nicotine at 8:30 p.m. PST when I saw 3 lights in the distance getting closer, and when I came back outside with my phone to capture a video to see what it was before it got here, it went straight up and diagonal, hovered above my house and blinked out, remained silent, vanished. I could remain stationary, and my friend has his whole bloodline in past experiences with aviation, such as the USAF, and he is as mind-boggled as I am. The 3 lights became 1 and back to 3 multiple times above the house. So that's interesting. Let's have a look at 22nd and 28th. So yes, that would have been out between those. Let's have a go. Let's have a look at this one. So this anomalous behaviour, these lights in the sky, and this will probably be the last one for tonight. We'll wind us up, and we'll all pray to the gods, hoping for a clear night tomorrow night. We'll be on slightly later tomorrow. I mean, it's not doing much at all, is it, this one? He promised a lot with this video, and he's not delivered anything of that promise. Bastard. It might be on slightly late, depends on the time we get back from dinner. This is Leanne's birthday. But other than that, we will be on, and we'll hope to see you guys over here. But yeah, we should all be back to normal in a week/2 weeks. Depends how long it takes for them to sort out getting the new streaming computer delivered. So thank you all once again for joining us over here, over on these other 2 platforms. We really do appreciate it all there massively for that one. So thank you again for those guys. And yeah, we're going to looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. And then with all the rest of the stuff as well, we've got plans. So next week it is going to be, am I getting this right, or is this the week after? Hold on, where's my calendar? Yeah, so this week coming up, the 24th, the Friday the 24th, we're going to be doing our deep dive over on Patreon, looking at the Majestic 12 documents, and then hopefully the following week, as long as it plays ball, the computer is all set up in time, we should have some sort of special content over on the 31st, the Friday there. But on the 30th, we'll probably be doing our movie club that night there on the Discord, so I hope to see you all for that one. But thank you again, everybody, for being awesome, and I'll see you later on, tomorrow. So thanks, guys.